Hello, welcome to Thinking Out Loud. My name is Jill Francis, and today I want to get real. What is reality anyway? And I want to examine this concept that we actually create our own reality. So, I'm reminded this morning of many times throughout my life, I've been sort of accused of seeing the world through rose-colored glasses. And usually if somebody is saying this to me, it's because I can be an optimist. And usually it's a bit of a dig for them to say, hey, you don't live in the real world and you're not in touch with reality. And then I also thought of many conversations I had with my boyfriend at the time. And I'd say, like, why are you so negative? And he would always say, I'm not negative. I'm just a realist and I live in the real world. So what is the real world? Is there even such a thing? So I thought, so 2020 was a pretty pivotal year for many of us, and I would say actually for the whole world, for the whole planet. 2020 was a big year. So let's pretend we're a historian and we're going to document 2020. We're going to capture the facts. What happened? And so we go out and we ask 100 people or more, what happened in 2020? And I suspect you would get 100 different stories, 100 different versions of what happened in the world in 2020. So are some of those stories right and some of those stories wrong? Is there a truth out there that we should all be subscribing to? Is there a reality? So some of us are either in touch or out of touch. I don't think so. And so I wanted to kind of just examine this today. I think that there's a lot of voices out there today. And my belief today, because our belief seems to change all the time, is that no one person has truth. No one person has all of it. And I think that there are a lot of people sharing a lot of really good information. And I think that we have reached a stage, and what is really important for all of us to be learning right now is to trust ourselves and our knowing. And so I don't care who you're listening to or information you're reading or seeing, whatever it is, I think the time has come to say, how do I feel about that? Regardless of the source, because we've been trained to listen to certain people as authorities on certain topics. And so even if a little voice inside of us is saying, that doesn't sound right, I can't believe he or she is saying that. I don't think I agree, but I've been taught not to question that person or the position they hold. And I really feel like this is one of the things that's breaking down. And it's actually really liberating for all of us because we each know what is true for us. And the other thing I've learned as I've been on this journey of like major discovery over the last couple of years is that it's okay to believe one thing today and change your mind tomorrow, because we only know what we know today based on the information that's in front of us. So what do you do tomorrow when you're faced with new information that might challenge some of the beliefs that you held today? And it's okay to go, yeah, I did believe that yesterday. And now I'm not sure. Now I'm questioning. And now I'm actually changing what I believe. That's okay. So I think that, we get to choose for ourselves. And that's a really empowering thing because, I think that there is more inside of us than we know. And we do know. And if we just listen to that voice inside of us. And so in talking about, our truth and our reality, really what I wanted to focus on was that we do create our own reality. So even back to my little story about 2020, I suspect that some of what people will say happened, what the facts were for them as they experienced it, is probably based, at least in part, on what they believed. And, I believe 100% that whatever we focus on, we get more of every single day. And you know what? It actually doesn't matter whether, whether you believe that or not, because you're still getting whatever it is you focus on. So you don't have to believe it. But that, I just think that's a reality. And again, sometimes I think like if we could see the world as it really is, like without this sort of physical filter that we all have, and if we could see the energy, if we could see the energy that we exude, that others are exuding, every single thing, information, emotions, if we could see the energy, I think that we would see how it only makes sense that our thoughts, our emotions, how we feel about things, how we think about things, bring that reality to us. And, one of the things that I confronted with often, I don't know why this is, and I don't know where this belief comes from, but again, everybody's on their journey and they're all seeing things differently. But I've heard many, many times, and it kind of irks me every time I hear it, is this concept of things are going to get worse before they get better. And I just feel like, do you hear what you're saying? And I think to myself, they might get worse for you, but they're not going to get worse for me, because I don't think that things are. And I've had this vision, that I imagine that whatever this worst case scenario is that people talk about, so even if there's like bombs literally going off outside my house or the world is burning to the ground, like imagine it's like, it doesn't matter, because I still don't have to be experiencing that, because I do choose to keep my rose-colored glasses on, and I choose to live in my bubble, because that stuff isn't happening inside my bubble. And I think the other thing that's happening right now, it's such an interesting time, because I absolutely believe that there's not just two timelines or two realities. Maybe there's 8 billion. I don't know. But I just know that we are all not living in the same reality, nor do we have to. So the next time somebody tries to sort of impose their worldview or their, this is the real world, get with it, just know that you create your own reality. You do not have to live in their world. You do not have to live in a world of doom and gloom and expect the worst, because I actually expect the best. And I really believe that that's the world we're living in. That's the world I'm living in. And you can join me here in my bubble. And it doesn't mean that bad things don't ever happen, or things that happen that aren't difficult or disappointing or even chaotic and even a little bit scary for a moment. But again, we can choose to live there, or we can choose to live in a much, much happier place. And I do think we get to choose, because we are creators and we create our reality. So that's all I needed to say today. I hope that you all go out and take what you want, believe what you want, but if nothing else, listen to that little voice inside of you. And even if it says like, that's a whole bunch of whatever, just know that you get to choose, and you get to choose how you feel. So if you want to feel bad, and if you want to feel full of doom and gloom, you can do that. Or you can actually just say like, that's not happening to me, and it's not happening today. So I can choose to build a different world. And I am very much excited about building the new world that we are building. And that's what I want to focus my attention on, because I want to get more of that. So I do hope that you'll join me. Thank you for watching my video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.